Hey guys, recently acquired this Westinghouse Model H393T6 5-tube AM band only radio last week at an antique store. I bought this one and another one I'll show you at the same time. They're kind of a package deal. But this one's in pretty decent shape. It's maroon if the color doesn't come out quite right on the video. And it's overall in nice condition. There's just a small crack right here. I think a lot of that was from people picking this thing up right there because that lip sticks out behind this little cardboard plate. So a lot of people probably picked that up over its life and moved it around and everything like that. And there's the model sticker, 393T6, serial number 206886. And if I did my investigating correctly, this radio is from 1953. Set this aside. Now, on to the main unit. You see its AM antennas mounted firmly to the back of the cardboard that closes up the back of the cabinet. And from what I can tell, all tubes are Westinghouse. I don't think that they're all original. Some of them look a little newer than others. There's one tonsil stuck in here too, right there. And I believe at one time throughout this thing's life it has had its filter caps replaced. It's got an Astron filter cap right here. It's a two-section 50-50 is what's in there, and I'm imagining originally that would have been like a 30-50. Maybe a different variation, 20-40, something like that. That's a 50-50, and if I know some of the date codes here, I'm probably reading them incorrectly. It's stamped 10-1 of 90, so I believe 1990 somebody put some new filter caps into this. But other than that, let's tip it back here. Everything else is original on the underside. We have, what was there? 1, 2, 3, 4 wax capacitors and one of the old style bumblebee capacitors up underneath of there. And this thing works great. It's an awesome shape. And the bottom, what did I do with it? Westinghouse was notorious for sealing up their units. This actually goes across the bottom here. One of those wax capacitors, it would have been on this side underneath the power switch right here, has leaked. A couple of those had leaked. Fairly gooey. So let's tip this back up. I've been very careful with this unit because I do not want to bust this little pointer off. I imagine that's something that's not very easily found nowadays. Let's flip on our dim bulb tester. Turn on our radio. Now you'll notice when I turn this the volume up, when this comes up, you'll hear it sounds almost like what I'd describe as something buzzing, but it's flashing as it's buzzing, you know. And I couldn't figure out what that was, because when I took this radio out of the cabinet, it didn't do it when it was installed, and it did it when I took it out. But then I realized at the same time, over here on the other side of the room, I've got batteries charging for my camera, and they create enough interference when there's not a strong radio station to sound like that. Now, as you see, if we go over here, for the most part it'll stop. But I'm also running a washing machine and a few other things today, so that's probably where a lot of that other noise come from.
Then Sweet Jack will overnight a Visa gift card loaded with funding 1, 2, or maybe more hardworking public employees. 331-6000 or visit business.
Field. I think it's going to be challenging to do that. This week will be the first time they're going to play an offense since the Packer game that can.
During the campaign, during the election. And generally, we know how Republicans...
So it operates pretty good. And it's always a good rule of thumb to operate these hot chassis radios like this with their knobs in place. That way you don't get a bite that will blow your socks right off your feet. All in all, it works good. Like I said, the cabinet's clean. It's in nice shape. Between this one and another one I'll demonstrate, I get $50 for both of them. And I'm very impressed with what we have. Like I said, there's a lot of interference here today that wasn't here yesterday, or the day before when I tested them, I should say. So, thanks for watching. And there'll be a few more videos up later today of a couple other items I want to post.